We'll just have to tell him that we're going straight into it. No fancy introductions.
No, we're still doing introductions. Our audio is coming through. By the way, you saw nothing. You did not see the topic just now. It's not what we're doing. It's not it.
You didn't see anything.
Nope, not at all. What's going on, Alan? Heroes, Hydra. I think Hydra is new. Rudy, what's good?
Yeah, well, new to me because I don't see Hydra from any of our circle of friends. But yeah.
What is going on? All right. Jaden Walker, how you doing? It's good, guys.
Ooh.
Oh yeah! Oh shit! We got synth cells in the building. Oh fuck yeah! I'm actually really glad I asked. Synth cells, like Synthetic Man's fans. I guess I'm technically a synth cell too because I like his content. I think he gets a bad rap for basically no reason.
Oh dang!
If you've met that connected, if you've ever connected, I mean, I just watch his videos. He's just actually a lot more personable than people give him credit for. I asked him if he'd watch one of my vids because he was running. Yeah, he was running out of stuff for his video watch segment, and I just asked, would you watch one of my vids? and it turned out to be a somewhat of a hit. So I gained a few subscribers from it. It was nice. I plan on continuing to make the same type of cultural commentary, so it's cool. But enough fucking rambling. What's going on, dear viewers? It's Grace's host, Kaine Walker, back with another episode of the Monkey Paw, episode 39, where we document the downfall of mainstream Western entertainment. I'm joined by my co-host, Soups. How you doing tonight, bro?
Yep. Glad to be out of work.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad to be out of work, too. I fucking sprinted out of there on Friday. Oh, my God. But yeah, even for the past couple weeks, it turns out there's been a lot of decent topics to cover, and I'm sure there's much more to come. The biggest one I've been seeing so far that I must make a video on, because I'm fucking sick and tired of the comments surrounding it, has to do with the Oblivion remaster and people appealing to triviality every time there's a new hot button topic when it comes to the culture war, and it's very fucking annoying. If it's so trivial, why do you keep making 50-page Bible-level posts about this shit, talking about how much it doesn't matter? Go touch grass. Like, you people are fucking annoying. But anyway, before we get to that, let's open with our first topic. If I can locate my fucking screen here. All right, this first one is going to be from Mundo Gamer. It's going to be about a... What?
This is going to be a funny one, man.
It is. So funny. Yeah, it's a former Concord developer begging people to try their game and not criticize it too harshly. But yeah, it says, former Concord developer asks for empathy in the face of criticism of Bungie's new marathon. Oh, man. In the world of games... It is common for titles in development to be targets of comparisons, and unfortunately also of premature judgment. What do you think marketing is?
So comparing Concord to a trash can is considered premature?
What do they think marketing is, man? I don't understand. People think you can't judge a product based on the very thing they're trying to sell you on, in that being trailers, teasers, promotional material of any kind. Like, I'm allowed to say, hey, that's going to be trash, or I'm not going to like this, I'm not going to give it my money. If I'm allowed, it's like the only right answer. I made a video about this called the fucking, what's it called? I already fucking forgot the name of the video.
Not just that, we've talked.
No, we talked about it.
We also had an episode where we talked about this in with the Marvels, I think, where we were talking about how you shouldn't judge something by the trailer. We had a whole segment on that so long ago.
Yeah, that's why I ended up making the video. It's called God damn it. I'll think of it here soon, but the point was, the only thing that's correct is like endless hype, and the only right answer is to be positive no matter what. And that shit is annoying. Because there's never a guy saying, hey, you don't know if it's going to be good or not. No, they're always going to say, oh, this is going to be great, even though they don't fucking know anything either. But, you know, apparently asking creators and developers to have good promotional material is too much. Like, people might not like what the fuck you're selling. I guess they just didn't get the memo. But anyway, continuing. That's exactly what's...
Hang on real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on real quick. Okay. Something weird happened on my end with the YouTube video. It's like it ended. It's like the thing ended, so I had to reload it. My bad. So I thought we hit a roadblock again.
I was about to say I was about to fucking what? No. All right. Before, where was I? Yeah, premature judgment. That's exactly what started happening with Marathon, the new project from Bungie, even before its release. And amidst a rain of negative comments, a former developer from Concord decided to speak up and ask for more empathy from the gaming community. Marathon, which gained prominence over the last weekend with a presentation revealing its release date for September 23, 2025, quickly started being compared to the failed Concord, a live service game from Firewalk Studios that was shut down just 2 weeks after its debut due to poor sales and low player engagement. For many, Bungie's new endeavor would be the next Sony flop, but not everyone sees it that way. Listen, man, I don't know shit about Marathon. I've only seen very few JPGs on Twitter about it, but if it's anything adjacent to Concord, it is most definitely going to crash and burn. They don't want to learn from anything. This is why I think this isn't about money anymore. It has to be about something else. Like, these billions of dollars have to be them paying a price for something else. It has to be. No one does this on... Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we talked about that like so long ago, how it's not about money.
It's confirmed that the government... Go ahead.
Yeah, confirmed that the government,
it's funding games. Yeah.
I was gonna say, even before all that stuff was found out, when we were watching the Sweet Baby Ink leaks in videos.
Yeah. Speaking of them, there's more to come on them too tonight. That's what's funny.
Oh yeah. But...
Anything else to add?
No, I was just gonna say, it's like the Joker meme from The Dark Knight. It's not about money, it's about sending a message.
Yeah, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Yeah. Continuing on. A former artist and developer from Concord who preferred to remain anonymous. I wonder why that would be. Who preferred to remain anonymous posted a heartfelt message on Reddit. It just gets worse. Lamenting the online hostility and asking players not to repeat the same attacks with the Marathon team. Many players know what happened with Concord. The project failed to inspire, and the message was received loud and clear, he wrote. It was devastating to see our project fail and become a laughingstock. No one feels as bad as those who put time and passion into something that should entertain the whole world. I'm not asking for pity or sympathy, because that's the game. You win or lose. And the margin for success is minimal. I took a risk and lost. Yeah, that's exactly what you're asking for, buddy.
That's exactly what you're doing.
I mean, man, here's the thing. Yes, you take a risk putting your product out there, but not every risk has to be as fucking uncalculated and butchered as the ones you took. Like, God damn it. You basically ran out and stormed the beaches of Normandy with a rifle full of blanks, man. That's basically what y'all did. Like, you didn't even try to have your finger on the pulse of what the audience actually fucking wants or what the audience actually responds to. You didn't give the audience what they wanted. You gave the audience what you wanted them to have, and it blew up in your fucking face. Like, that's your fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, none of this would be like a problem if they actually attempted to make something sincere with actual passion. Because even if like the game failed, I think people would have recognized a sincere attempt at making a game. But clearly that wasn't what these people wanted, and hence they became a laughingstock of the gaming community. And trying to ask for sympathy from the gaming community, who is like infamous for roasting and grilling people across the world. Yeah, not good luck with that.
I mean, we should be this relentless. We should be, because it's not like they can ignore what we've been telling them all these years, right? Like, what do they want from us? How much more clear could we possibly be? Right. Like, whose fault is it at this point that they're losing billions upon billions of dollars with each unsuccessful project across media, not even just games? Who is to blame? Anything there?
Apparently, it's us, the peasants.
Oh yeah, the customers are it's always the customer's fault, man. Continuing on. Despite the criticisms, the developer expressed hope for the future of Bungie's project. Seeing the developers' faces on the Bungie stream gave me hope and excitement for Marathon. I applaud them for taking risks, trying something new with no guarantees. And it concluded with a sincere plea. I worked on Concord and did my best. We fell short. Please don't punish others for our mistakes. Oh my god, dude. You don't get to tell us what we like. Like, this is how he's framing it. We're punishing others for your mistakes. No, man. The same thing we disliked from your project. The same thing we disliked from your project, we're gonna dislike from the other one. Like, that's never going to change. Let me turn down my mic. I'm peeking a little bit. That's never gonna fucking change. You gray, blobulous, fucking gelatinous fucking character models that look nothing like real people. The most androgynous and boring designs you've ever seen. No sexy, no suave, no masculine. Hell, not even any feminine. It was just fucking weird shit. And you expected people to be attracted to these designs. How the fuck did Overwatch and Marvel Rivals sell? Shit, how did Destiny sell? How does anything with a competitive edge sell? Character designs. Fighting games sell with character designs. Hero shooters sell with character designs. And you fucking fumbled on the most important aspect of the market when it comes to this particular genre of game. What do you want from us? Punish others for our mistakes. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, man.
I want to know, who are these others that in the room with us?
Are the others in the room with us right now? No, let's be okay. Let's be honest. We know what he's trying to say, but it's not gonna fucking work, man. It's just not. I'm not giving y'all any leeway. I'm not. This is my hard-earned money, and you're gonna listen to what we have to say when we say we want a particular thing, or you're going to go fucking broke, and there's no fucking in between. Especially me. I have a zero tolerance policy for this shit at this point. If I happen to not see it, you got one past me. But if I know there's DEI of any kind in the game, I'm not fucking buying it. It's just not happening. We are all human beings trying to create something special, and Marathon is no different. Be kind, be cool. Video games should be fun. Yeah, and you failed at that too. Motherfuckers who played Concord said it was generic. And Marathon...
Be kind, be cool. How about you...
How about you be talented? Like,
wait.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, be cool, be kind, be cool. How about you be gone?
Be gone. That too, man. Like, I don't... About Marathon's gameplay, somebody said that you basically get aimbot through fucking smoke clouds or smoke bombs. This is me taking a comment from a footnote on a tweet. I didn't even read the whole thing, but I saw something about Marathon having like auto aim in it. So if that shit happens, that shit's definitely not gonna sell. Hardcore competitive players are very sensitive to fucked up shit that gets put in the game. Like for fighting games, people see auto combos, they do not buy the shit. They see modern controls in which you can do special moves with one button. They don't fucking bother buying the shit. And I swear to God, first-person shooter players are even more fucking sensitive than that. If they see any hint of fucking casualization in the game, you can fucking forget it. They're not going to do it. They're not bothering with that shit unless it's COD for some reason. They'll always buy COD, but everything else, fuck no. Fuck no. Hang on.
By the way, Sepus has returned to the chat.
Oh my God, cats. Sepus? Why are you put fucking evil twins in the chat? Oh my God.
Well, at least your evil twin isn't in the chat.
Oh, give her time.
Always mine.
Here. Give her time. Okay. They just said Concord is worth remembering. Concord, it is worth remembering, was one of okay, never mind. Concord was worth remembering.
You don't not want.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, dude, if you are Concord, you do not want to be remembered at this point.
Nah, you want people to forget who you are. That's a fact. But I didn't finish reading the sentence. Let me go ahead. Concord, it is worth remembering. No, you're good. Concord, it is worth remembering, was one of Sony's bets after acquiring Bungie for $3.6 billion in 2022 as part of the strategy to strengthen the live service game portfolio. And that's your fucking problem. Why the live service? You thought motherfuckers were gonna buy costumes for those, bro? Costumes for the fucking robot with pronouns? That's what you thought. The game developed by Firewalk Studios went offline in less than a month, being officially discontinued right after the studio's closure in September 2024. Bro, they took the game off of people's fucking consoles. I remember that shit. They straight up took the game. They straight up took the game from you and gave you a refund. They took it. They ripped that shit from your library. Get over here, goddamn. Oh my God, Concord was a fucking travesty, dog. Oh Lord.
Bruh.
The reason, according to Sony's own statement, was simple. Our initial release did not meet expectations. You fucking think?
That is so generous.
Century, dog. You think? What the fuck? Oh my God. Now all eyes on Marathon.
That's the most generous way to say that.
That shit is underplayed like a motherfucker, bro. Oh my Lord. Now all eyes on Marathon, a reboot of one of Bungie's classic franchises, aiming to combine tactical first-person shooting with extraction mechanics and strong multiplayer appeal. The game is being positioned as Sony's next big hit, especially after the resounding success of Helldivers 2, which became the fastest-selling game in the brand's history. Okay, so what you fucking idiots should be doing is going, all right, so why did Helldivers 2 sell? What did they do right that we could do with Marathon? That's not what the fuck you're going to do, though. That's not what you're going to do. You're not going to try and replicate or emulate or model after someone's success after a positive response from the audience. You're going to continue to try and give the audience what you want them to have and force behaviors. Like, you're never going to learn. It's not going to happen.
It's really funny how they're going to name drop Helldivers 2, the game that Sony Studio did, like, the least amount of oversight on. Like, that game grew money without them even realizing it.
They almost fucked it with that stupid-ass mandatory PlayStation account shit. Every game that comes to PlayStation that has a chance to be a hit for them, they find a way to fuck it up. They did it with Stellar Blade and Helldivers. The developers of Stellar Blade promised worldwide uncensored outfits, and Sony said, nuh-uh. And everyone blamed the studio, which, I'm not gonna lie, it is partially their fault because they forgot they forgot that they sold their soul to Sony. But that's not because they were being dishonest. I can at least give them that. And for Helldivers, pretty much the same thing. I don't think the developers thought they were gonna get shafted like that by Sony. But I mean, it comes with the territory. Like, who are you dealing with? You know, I don't even know if Helldivers 2 ever fully recovered from that, by the way. I have no idea. Is the region lock still on for those other countries? Does anyone know? Yeah,
I have no idea. Does anyone?
But can't port Bloodborne to fucking PC. Did you know that they're suing the people who are trying to make that emulator for Bloodborne on PC?
Are they actually doing that?
Yeah, I heard about that a while ago. I wish I got the fucking article.
Bro.
Dude, they hate money. They hate money and they hate the fans, bro. All they want, if they wanted to print money overnight, bro, they sell Bloodborne on PC. They're never gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. If you think that Bloodborne is still gonna be selling consoles 10 years from now, you got another thing coming, bro. I'm sorry, no game is that good, and I fuck with Bloodborne. No game is that good. All right. Excuse me.
That does sound like a good topic for another time, though.
It is. It really is. It's still relevant, believe it or not. So far, some good news has been confirmed. So far, some good news has been confirmed for PC and Xbox players. Marathon will not require a PlayStation Network account to play online, breaking the controversial pattern that generated criticism at the launch of Helldivers 2. And there you go. That's exactly what the fuck I was just talking about. They found a way to try and fuck it up when all they had to do was absolutely nothing. Trying to fix what isn't broken. Expectations are high. The pressure is on. But perhaps, as the former Concord dev said, it's time to give a chance and remember that behind every game, there are people trying to make something amazing happen. This is not a fucking charity. This is not a fucking charity. People work too hard for their goddamn money. You stupid motherfuckers are trying to make games $80. Thanks, Nintendo. No, people are going to be more stringent than they've ever been with their finances behind their hobbies, bro. No one is going to buy this shit. No pun intended. No one's buying this shit. You do not get sympathy. You earn respect. And we give you our money once you fucking earned it. That's it. You know what's crazy? It's never been an easier time to simply give motherfuckers what they're asking for. It's never been easier. But they are hell-bent on not doing that shit. It's like they're contractually obligated to load a fucking Mossberg with slug rounds and aim it at their foot, pull the fucking trigger.
I mean, it might be right, actually. I think they literally are contracted to shoot themselves in the foot every single time.
That's what it feels like.
Like, whether by Sony or by Sweet Bait or by Sweet Baby Inc., they sign those contracts to shoot themselves every time.
Yeah, Hydra, you do have a point. Normies are the majority. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. But normies don't stick around for anything. That's why they're having so many problems right now. Everything that they try to transmogrify to fit the mold of the everyman fails. Every time. They receive a short-term boost in sales, and over the long run, that shit gets drier and drier and drier. They no longer have a solid core fan base. It's not there anymore. The people that built their fucking platforms, they're basically gone, or they have 1 foot in and 1 foot fucking out.
Yeah, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, basically.
This is with every company now, basically.
Forward, because with Concord, they're just making 3 steps back.
I don't know what the fuck Sony is doing. I have no idea. All right, so next, bro, Marathon. Good luck. Good fucking luck. All right, let me load up the next. Let me load up the next topic really quick. Really quickly. Whatever. All right. Even if the Switch 2 wasn't so expensive, mommy and daddy's credit cards. Even if the Switch 2 wasn't so expensive, I would still not get it. Never was a fan of the Switch era of Nintendo. I mean, I wouldn't get it on principle. Like, they're trying to sell you a product that's still behind in specs for the standard consoles on the market for $450. And it, like, that shit's not even as powerful as the regular PS5. And you're just now getting an OLED screen. I don't get it. Apparently, the Steam Deck is more powerful than the Switch 2 as well. I say apparently because I don't know for sure.
Really?
Apparently, I don't know for sure because I don't own one and I haven't looked up the specs. Rudy Gray.
I don't know about
normies buy COD, FIFA, Battlefield, or major IP like Assassin's Creed or Star Wars if they go out of their way. It's either a classic game that will remain on Steam charts for the 5 years or abrasion. Pretty much. Over the Duskbloods, that's nothing I want to play on. Duskbloods, they're saying that Duskbloods is like Hunt. You know the dark western game, extraction shooter. They're saying it's like that. That does not sound like anything from a fucking Souls game at all.
I was gonna say I know I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
Oh, he said the Steam Deck is weaker than the Switch 2, but it's an actual PC, which is a far better value. Okay. Pretty much. That would make sense. All right, this next one is going to be coming from that Park Place. Explosive leaked clip confirms Sweet Baby Inc. pressured developers to submit to narrative demands. You see, the reason why they're covering this now is because at first, Sweet Baby Inc. was denying their involvement in the narrative, which is fucking stupid because they're a consultancy firm. What do you mean you don't have anything to do with changing characters and changing the narrative? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Why are you even there if that's not your job as a consultancy firm? What? We don't make the final decisions. Are you fucking sure? No one believes you. And I'm glad there's proof now. It's just confirming what we already knew. That's it. And a revelation that confirms years of speculation. Can you even call it speculation?
I mean,
circumstantial evidence. I guess circumstantial evidence still counts as speculation. Go ahead.
I was gonna say because I we really do just belong in the same space as the Alex Jones, huh? We already know, but yeah, we're still called like still called speculation, and we're still called conspiracy theories over knowing this.
Conspiracy theory is just a code word for critical thinking. Don't think too hard about it, ironically. In a revelation that confirms years of speculation, a leaked clip from Sweet Baby Inc. internal discussion is surfaced showing narrative designer Cameron Wild describing how a development studio was repeatedly pressured into changing the identity of its characters until it relented. You know, she basically went over that in her fucking, it's not a TED Talk, but whatever meeting that Kim Belair did. She basically said that she suggested, quotation marks, that they turn a French person black. And now I'm starting to get real conspiracy theorists for real. Like, I'm putting on my tinfoil hat because the last French game that was reported to have DEI was that French game, fucking Expedition 33. I'm not saying it's true, but it sounds plausible that they might have worked on that. But anyway, ignore that because it's complete speculation, like real speculation. The footage exposed by Master of TDS and Writing Raven of Gothic Therapy provides the clearest evidence yet.
I love that name.
Master of TDS.
I love that name.
It is pretty funny. Provides the clearest evidence yet that Sweet Baby Inc.'s narrative consulting process involves far more than creative guidance for developers. It involves calculated emotional and ideological pressure. Is anyone fucking shocked? We already knew this. Like,
yeah, it's not like this is even the first time we touched on a topic like this. We've seen them say it out loud. They say their quiet parts out loud on their interviews.
Terrify them. They literally advocated for terrorism. What's up, Sham? Thanks for joining me. The fact that it's a Switch 2 exclusive tells me they learned nothing from Bloodborne. Oh, he's talking about Duskbloods. Okay. Let me click this because I want to see the clip. Is the clip here? Is the fucking clip anywhere here? Before I click that video, is it here? All right, hang on. You know what? I'm just going to see if I can find the clip in the video because I do want to see it. This will be my first time seeing this shit too. All right. Give me a second.
You've heard the sound bites.
Go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
And if I can't sell them on, hey, don't do that, I can instill fear by suggesting that once it gets past us, someone else will take them down for this.
For years, Kim Belair and Sweet Baby Inc. called it branding. Cheeky, disruptive, harmless, right? But today, we're done pretending. Because now we have the receipts. A leaked clip from a real internal discussion where Sweet Baby Inc. didn't advise, they pushed. Again.
But we already knew this. Like, in what world does that sound like suggestion? Instill fear terrify? Bro, she said it already out of her own mouth. What?
And again, until the studio broke. This isn't narrative design, it's narrative domination. And this time, no spin can save them. Hello. What is going on, everybody? It is Master of the TDS, and I'm joined by my lovely wife,
Writing Raven.
Welcome back to the channel.
Before we jump in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell.
It isn't out of context. This is Sweet Baby Inc. admitting on camera that they wore a game studio down on purpose. You know the quotes.
Fast forward a minute.
Terrify your marketing team, instill fear. People said it was just Kim being spicy.
But this time, it's not Kim, it's Cameron Wild. Sweet Baby's narrative designer, Kim's ally, Kim's employee, and the same person who once said, I'm here to burn it all down. Totally normal, healthy consulting energy, right?
But this time, it's not branded. It's not cheeky. In this leaked clip, Cameron admits to hammering a studio again and again and again until they caved.
Not persuaded, not enlightened, broken.
This isn't narrative guidance. This is brute force submission. And once you hear it, you'll realize this isn't an exception. It's the playbook.
Roll the clip.
And definitely there have been...
Okay, I'm not going to comment. I'm just going to play the clip. Don't say anything. Just play the clip.
It's the playbook.
Roll the clip.
And definitely there have been moments. I can think of one in particular. Don't need to get into the specifics of the game, but it was a situation where the identity of the characters was fairly important that we get it right. And in this situation, we actually had to have a more heart-to-heart, really foundational conversation about these are some of the experiences that you are necessarily going to invoke, or some of the messages that you are going to invoke, some of the implications you are going to invoke, regardless of whether you want to or not. It's not a question of like, are you doing it well or are you doing it badly? It's just, it's there. And so here are the options for how that could go. And this was a pretty, I would say, like unique situation where they were willing to take days out of their time to talk with us about it. And I think in that situation, it was, as a marginalized person, I felt making myself very vulnerable, and being brutally honest of just like, hey, I think what you're doing is not cool. And then being met with a less than optimal response to that, and then having to say it again, and then again and again. What I would take out of that, what I have taken out of that in hindsight, is know where your personal and professional limit is. Choose your battles. Decide as much as you can which hills you're willing to die on and which, maybe you would rather not. I think that really will serve you well, and get very specific about your priorities. Be willing to let certain things go, maybe, but that comes with experience. It's not something that I knew in the moment. I think in hindsight, I will say I wish I had been a little less vulnerable. And so that is a very valuable piece of information that I now have about myself.
Let's break this down. That wasn't hyperbole. That wasn't...
What did they even say, man?
A joke. That wasn't taken out of context.
That was Cameron Wild describing how they kept pressing a studio again and again and again until the studio gave up.
They didn't collaborate. They didn't find middle ground. The studio just surrendered.
They even said the first response was less than optimal. So instead of respecting that, they went harder.
And when pushing didn't work,
I think it's just them talking for the rest of the video.
Bro.
We got the point.
But we knew
shout out to the channel, like, subscribe to them.
Yeah, shout out Gothic Therapy, but bro, we knew that. we didn't need that clip at all, man. We knew.
Gothic Therapy, Master of the TDS. I still love that name.
Okay. Full transparency, Writing Raven is a writer for that Park Place under the name Raven Redgrave. This latest development adds significant weight to growing concerns that Sweet Baby Inc. is not merely a consulting firm, but a gatekeeping mechanism steering game development toward rigid ideological outcomes, even against the will of studios. We already knew this, bro. All right. Okay, I heard this part again and again and again where they kept suggesting shit over and over. Yeah, I heard that. But I already knew that. In the leaked clip,
we can skip past this.
Read this part or?
Yeah, no, this is just describing what we saw in the video. Yeah, you can skip past this.
Oh yeah, you already saw it. Okay, this part is important. This admission aligns with previously circulated clips of Sweet Baby Inc. CEO Kim Belair encouraging teams to apply fear tactics to get narrative demands through. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want, Belair said in a now infamous clip. Excuse me.
I do gotta wonder, what exactly do they really use to threaten them with? Is it just the paranoia?
Not getting the
funding. Hey, if you don't follow what we're doing, then your game's gonna fail?
Not getting the funding. They need the funding. They put them in a position to where they can be squeezed. That's the only fucking way this shit works. In order to be able to force narrative changes to this degree, you need leverage over these companies. Because if they don't have leverage,
so the leverage is just
fuck off.
So that's where I'm kind of confused, because I thought these games, since they're all supposed to be part of big companies like Sony, already have like the budget necessary to make a game. Well, where do they miss out on the funding that they need to go to Sweet Baby Inc. for consulting money?
Well, it also counts against your like ESG scores with companies like BlackRock and Van.
Oh, right, BlackRock.
Who's the other
one?
Vanguard,
BlackRock.
Okay, Vanguard and BlackRock. Yeah.
Vanguard, yeah.
So like,
those are the top two secrets.
You won't get access to award shows, certain levels of promotion, and things like that. You'll basically be blacklisted. That's another one of the chief reasons why Sweet Baby gets paired with these companies, because they quite literally do not have a choice. And that's why they're able to put pressure like this on companies. And as they say in this article, it's a pattern, not a one-off. While Belair's earlier quotes were often dismissed as flippant or out of context, not by me, this leaked moment with Wild seems to expose the core strategy behind Sweet Baby Inc. operates with developers. What do you mean the leaked moment behind Wild? What do you mean this guy, excuse me, or this person? I don't know what the fuck they are. Right? What do you mean them? Like we have other clips with Belair herself speaking, like multiple different interviews. Like I can think of 3 off the top of my head where she repeats basically the same thing verbatim. You know, but so whatever. Yeah. I gotta sneeze again. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. The exchange wasn't taken out of context, nor was it hyperbole. It was a deliberate reflection of a successful campaign to wear a development team down so the Wild and SBI could get what they wanted. How are the other clips not that? How? She literally says, terrify your marketing firm or whoever. Go have a coffee with your marketing team and terrify them. And she literally says in another clip, oh, if they don't do this, I tell them that I try to instill fear that someone else is going to come and take them down for it. Like, how is that out of context? It's literal terrorism. That's what it is. Like, Kim Belair, working on this story since 2020, has been one of the greatest joys of my career, and I mean that. The team at Insomniac Games could not have been more gracious, more inviting, more genuinely collaborative. I'm so grateful for the space they made for me and for Sweet Baby Inc. Do not touch this.
You mean the space that you forced yourself into?
Yep. Do not touch that game with a 10-foot pole. It still pisses me off that fucking Peter Parker, fresh off of getting a glow up, says to Miles, "Wow, why would the city need me when it has you?" Motherfucker, you just got the antivirus. What do you mean? What do you fucking mean? Why would the city need me when it has you? What the fuck?
It always it boggles my mind how they make a game centered around the main character and have the main character lose
Be
his
in the
way into
background.
everything in the end.
Be in the background.
Yeah,
Yes.
in the not just in the background, just get folded in everything,
Apologizing.
in every fabric of the story. And even at the end where they're supposed to win, it doesn't even feel like it's their victory at the end.
No, because everyone else helps them. It's not from their own might or their own steam. There always has to be a woman or a minority that gives them the fucking victory. Playing an integral
Sometimes
role.
both.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And the
God,
woman always has to be plot armor to hell and back. Seriously, who has
oh
better
my god,
plot
the
armor,
Mary,
Lady or Manjaw Watson?
the fucking Mary
Lady or
Jane
Manjaw
sessions.
Watson? Who has the most plot armor?
Lady at least has bullshit bullets. Fucking Mary Jane doesn't have shit. She definitely has more plot armor. She's flipping. She's beating dudes in full fucking armor, whatever kind of armor that is, with a fucking taser. The taser wouldn't even be able to get through the armor. Whatever. She wins that shit. Anyway, Gothic Therapy points out that the language used in the clip shows no remorse or reflection about the pressure applied. Instead, Wilde expresses frustration that emotional vulnerability was even necessary to reach the outcome. I wish I had been a little less vulnerable, Wilde said in the clip. According to Gothic Therapy, the message is clear. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what does vulnerable even mean in this context?
Well, they had to use lots of emotional manipulation, and a lot of it had to do with them actually appearing wounded and likely expressing themselves in a genuine way, because they wouldn't say that if it wasn't in a genuine way, but it was definitely manipulative. Absolutely. They're offended that they're offended that they weren't granted the request immediately. They're offended that they had to beg. That's entitlement.
Narcissism at the highest order.
Yep. According to Gothic Therapy, the message is clear. Sweet Baby Inc. is less concerned with collaborative creativity and more invested in ensuring studios adopt approved identity frameworks, whether they want to or not. A documented ideology, Wilde's philosophy is not hidden. In a publication presentation at the Game Developers of Color Expo, the SBI narrative designer included a slide opening stating the goal of burning the games industry to the ground. Again, we knew this. Like, this was not a mystery. During that talk, Wilde emphasized that game stories must censor identity, that discomfort is necessary for effective storytelling, and that traditional creators, particularly white developers, should relinquish creative authority over narratives involving black characters, Unless you're willing to step out of the limelight as a white person, you aren't equipped to tell a story about a black experience, Wilde said. Wilde has also criticized creators like Quentin Tarantino, stating that Django Unchained should not have existed, and praised Blazing Saddles for offending the right people. The ideology laid out in that talk matches the behavior now confirmed in the leaked footage. Narrative control is the goal, and discomfort is a tool to achieve it. Bel Air 2 has left a trail of quotes that reflect an activist approach to narrative consulting. In past speeches and appearances, Bel Air has compared white male gamers to picky babies, claimed that Sweet Baby Inc. wants to take over the video game industry, laughed off the idea of neutrality in storytelling, emphasizing the need to disrupt traditional frameworks. When taken together, these statements show that Sweet Baby Inc. operates less like a creative partner and more like an ideological enforcement agency embedded within major studios, more than consulting. With these revelations, the industry must grapple with the reality that Sweet Baby Inc.'s influence extends far beyond feedback. The firm has embedded itself in major franchises including God of War Ragnarok, Alan Wake 2, and Spider-Man 2. In light of this, developers and publishers must ask a difficult question. Are you telling your own story or Sweet Baby Inc.'s? Gothic Therapy closes their expose by asserting that this isn't just about one consultant or one studio. It's about a culture of silence that allows emotional coercion to masquerade as creative consulting, and about an industry increasingly shaped by firms with stated goals of ideological transformation. The leaked clip proves what critics have long suspected, long known, goddammit. When Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't get what it wants, it doesn't walk away. It leans in, again and again and again. Are you surprised that Sweet Baby Inc. pressures developers? Sound off in the comments and let us know your thoughts. Fuck no, I'm not surprised.
No?
Not at all.
I've known this for a year. Or 2 years. How long has this been going on?
I don't know when
we've been talking about this. 2 years?
I don't know when my knowledge is. I don't. Okay. Before Sweet Baby Inc. was even a name on the radar, we already knew about the other shit. We called DEI something else. I forgot what we used to call it now because we've been using DEI so fucking much. It's taken the place of the old
ESG?
ESG, DEI.
We were talking about DEI, ESG,
before
equity,
ESG,
SJW.
It was something else before ESG, but like I said, we've been using the new jargon so much I forgot the old shit. I'm gonna have to take a trip in a time capsule because I don't want to forget those terms. But we've always pretty much known this. Go ahead.
The coming to my head is DEI, ESG, equity, woke, SJW, what else? I think there was something else in there in between all of that. Are you sure? Was it SJW? I feel like it was that.
SJW was different. Like I said, we'll figure it out. I'll have to find the terms, but what I want to do is take a moment to read some comments because I know nobody in the fucking comment section is surprised. I just want to see. I want to read them speaking their piece real quick. What a good way to work with people. Yeah, I know, right? The audio is a bit too loud with overlap. Where's the overlap coming from? Can you hear that on the back end, Soups?
Overlap? No, I think she might have meant earlier, during the video, I guess.
Hang on.
Oh yeah, tokenism. I almost forgot about that. Thanks, Rudy. Although, I don't think it was the word we meant. But yeah, remember that was one of the jargons.
Yeah, I think she was talking about the video, and that's not on anymore.
Yeah, she says it in the next section when the video was playing.
Yeah, I could see that. Sorry about that. DEI funding plus connections to the corporate media, boardroom people. Still like the corporate media. Yeah, he's absolutely right. That's the reason why they work with companies like that, because it's a part of a social credit score type thing. Usually those types are 40 plus. Miles Morales only works when Peter Parker is 35 plus and has other life commitments or dead, sometimes both. The thing is, Peter never quits being Spider-Man even long into his marriage. Like, that's confirmed with the birth of Mayday Parker, which I guess was retconned because of fucking stupid ass One More Day. Almost said another word. Stupid ass One More Day.
Bro, the fact that we had a world where Spider-Girl was a thing.
Gone.
And I found out way later in life that none of that happens anymore.
Nope.
A whole storyline where Spider-Girl is a thing, and now none of that exists.
Nope.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that hurts me, man. That hurts me to this day.
There's 8 comments underneath this article. Let's get into it. One from Mad Lemming. Coercion and harassment. Threats of torturous interference. SBI is going to get nailed by lawsuits unless they throw Wild under the bus, which, knowing the woke, they won't hesitate to do. Even that will only buy them time, though, because they'll never abandon these tactics until they're bankrupt or in prison. What do you mean Wild? What about Bel Air? She was pretty damn clear, dude. Unless there's some legalese I'm not seeing. She seemed pretty fucking clear and adamant about terrifying people. But anyway, thank the Lord.
mean, there's no amount of legalese, man. Saul Goodman cannot make up enough legalese bullshit to get someone out of this situation.
Saul Goodman. Fuck BlackRock. Yo, who said that? Somebody said fuck BlackRock.
Wait. They did? Where in the article or in our section?
In our chat. I can't fucking see. I can't see it. Excuse me. It's allergy season, guys.
Oh,
sorry.
what? Oh, my God.
I can't see it.
Oh, wait, I see it. It's MC Mike. That's on the live chat instead of
Hey, what's going on?
You gotta go on live chat mode.
Yeah, what's up, Mike? Yeah, fuck BlackRock. Yeah. All right. Chris322. Thank the Lord. We may finally see the demise of Sweet Baby Inc. and be free of their agenda infecting our video games. Slow your roll. This has become a Hydra.
Sweet Baby Inc. The demise of Sweet Baby Inc. is one battle won in the ongoing war.
This has become a Hydra. And to be honest with you, in a very fucked up way, we might need them because they were a very easy name to point out to get people to look at. Once they fall, we'll have to find someone else, which is easy enough. People already know what it is. But like I said, this has become a Hydra.
I was gonna say, I think.
Go ahead.
I kind of disagree because we've all seen the patterns. It's just a matter of time before somebody in the internet sphere drags out the name of the next quote unquote consulting company and bring them into the light. And then we have the same cycle of, us and other people on the internet making videos exposing them, and
that's basically what I was saying.
Those games. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but you say we kind of needed Sweet Baby Inc. because they were an easy name. I say not so much because
I revised that pretty much on the spot. Yeah, you're right. We don't need no. Somebody else will take their place. That was kind of my point with it becoming a Hydra. Like, you take them down, there's gonna be others. So, yeah.
He says, "I'm just worried that the consulting will internalize."
I mean, it already has. It's happening at Microsoft already. That's why they were able to come up with things like Marathon. That's why you have fucking Halo Studios and them releasing LGBT armor palettes and shit, and International Women's Day palettes and shit. Yeah, it's already happening.
Get the gay bullets.
Oh yeah, the fucking trans bullets and whatever they're doing with Doom the Dark Ages, which we're gonna see that. Oh, that's gonna come out in the wash, believe you me. But yeah,
hopefully he's not in
it's
Doom.
Already internalized. That's what I'm saying, Mr. 0303. Kim Belair was very clear when she said to terrify the studios to make the games more woke. That being said, ultimately, the developers who chose to turn their games into propaganda should face backlash for hiring SBI. Yeah, they definitely should, regardless of their fucking deals that they made with the devil. They should absolutely face scrutiny. No doubt. Devilman013, if they have to force people to think the way they do, then their cause is not as just as they claim it is. Exactly. Arc. How is SBI's work options? Last news I heard, they were supposed to be working on 30 projects. Was that true, or are they losing jobs? We'll see.
I think they're losing jobs.
I hope so. I fucking hope so.
Some of them. I think some of them.
I fucking hope
so. Because I keep hearing that studios are rejecting Sweet Baby Inc. in light of recent events, but
a lot of
I cannot confirm or deny that.
Well, the studio. Fuck. What was that game? What was that Souls-like game? They said we will never put DEI in our game. What was that fucking? Lords of the Fallen. That's what it was. Yeah, they said they would never put DEI in this shit. People are using that as a selling point now. I hope they keep doing it. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
Don't get me wrong.
But I also hope they're not blatantly lying about it, like that Spider-Them show.
I mean, that's gonna happen.
Tried to do.
That's gonna happen, and they're gonna get found out. But I was saying, I know the use of the jargon is gonna be annoying because you shouldn't have to say there's no DEI in my shit. But that's where we are now. Like, it's just, it should be a selling point at this point. Draki-san? I don't know how to pronounce that, man. Draki-san. Managers and CEOs are cowards who will cave immediately. Sadly, nothing will come from this. Media will bury it, everyone important will ignore it, and nothing will happen. Yeah. I can't exactly disagree with that, can I? ARC. There are many that are caving because of pressure. This guy can exert pressure because it was backed by the government. Yeah. Yeah. They can exert pressure specifically because of that reason. Remember the you said shit? Yeah. Especially you said. He just
You said
Canada and the many.
I like how you're pronouncing it. You.
Oh, it's USA.
You're pronouncing it like you said.
I know it's USA, but you said it's just easier to say. Specifically, you said Canada and the many woke countries like the UK now, they are producing no benefits. They are actually a liability now, and believe me, people are noticing it. It's a question of time until they. It's a matter of time until they share shift with. God damn it, bro! English. It's a matter of time until they share shift with Elisa Mercante at McDonald's. Okay, that was good. That's pretty good. Go ahead.
You know, I actually do want to see. In the years come by, I do generally want to see like a random video of this Sweet Baby Inc.
Oh no.
Her and the Sweet Baby Inc. woman actually having to serve fries at McDonald's. Like somebody recognizes them and videos them. That's gonna be so funny.
Drake-san, again, yes, backed by free donations if they fulfill quotas. The CEOs and managers just want free money. They don't care about the product. The moment government stop handing out cash for this, the whole woke ideology collapses. I mean, certain companies are already starting to fire large wings of their ideological departments. I forgot which ones. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I meant to do this. I forget which companies specifically are starting to gut the DEI and the ESG, but it's happening. It's starting to happen. Hopefully we see some sort of.
We are slowly.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say we're just slowly healing in a turtle pace.
I mean, DEI and ESG are not the only problems. Like I said, the price hikes, trying to nickel and dime the customer.
Yeah.
The death of physical media. All of that, bro. That's still a huge problem. Not owning our own games. Yeah, that's a huge problem still. But one fight at a time, I suppose. This next one is going to be from Niche Gamer. Ghost in the Shell director Mamoru Oshii says political correctness has made Western games terrible. In a recent interview,
bro,
Go ahead.
My heart is just warming at seeing this title because I really liked the first Ghost in the Shell movie. So the director is aware of what's going on.
And yeah, this is like when we found out Shaggy funded the
almost makes me shed
Five Nights at Freddy. It's like when we found out Shaggy funded Five Nights at Freddy's. That was cool. And he had his own like exotic whiskey business.
He has his own group.
Yeah,
he has his own whiskey business. He participates in like semi D&D plays.
Yeah, that's fire.
Fun.
In a recent,
it almost make.
Go ahead.
Enough to make a grown man cry.
Oh, in a recent interview, legendary anime film director Mamoru Oshii called out political correctness, saying that he has a strong aversion to it in his work. Oshii is famous for his work throughout the 80s, 90s, and aughts, including directing titles such as Palabor, the movie, Ghost in the Shell, and being the writer of Jinro, the Wolf Brigade. In an interview with PIA News, Oshii took the time to mention political correctness and the role it has in media as a potential tool of censorship and insincerity. Talk to him. The full interview is only available on the app of PIA News, but you can read some snippets below. Oshii. Political correctness started from the idea of giving legitimacy to the socially weak. Oh, say it again for the ones in the back, bro. There is nothing wrong with that. In a mature society, it is natural. It is a natural responsibility. However, the problem is that it has taken that as its starting point and made the socially weak into the strong. Oshii. They were given priority in getting into school, a priority in finding a job. What's more, the companies that advise them charge them ridiculous amount of consulting fees. Game companies ask for hundreds of millions of yen from them. Basically, it's based on admiration. If you deny admiration, entertainment loses its reason for existence as entertainment. In the past, even if you said beautiful, people would say it was discriminatory. Western games are really terrible. Political correctness. Yeah, okay, that's where the snippet ends. In recent years, fans have increasingly been skeptical of politically motivated censorship and corporate meddling, considering them at the very least to be insincere, if not outright detrimental to the creative process. Oh, that's the end of the article. I mean, he's right. What else is there to say? I figured this article would be longer.
It's just so cool, man. Just the fucking retro anime creator laying it all down.
Yeah, man. Somebody standing up for the integrity of art and entertainment. Yeah. Finally, right?
Just anybody. It's the fucking is that, but it's the fucking maker of Ghost in the Shell. They could not be more based.
Yeah, he's a legend. Okay, I'm trying to find a specific article because I want something to be another centerpiece for this discussion, because I might make another video in the style of my Doom series pretty much right now on stream and just clip it out. Give me 1 second. This is extremely impromptu.
This it just could not be more based, man. This
Read some comments.
Let's see. Rudy says AAA companies develop games to be a platform for monetization. What do you think of that?
Definitely not monetization. They when it comes to live service games, definitely, but not when it comes to the fucking woke slop. The games like The First Descendant, Fortnite, yeah, those. Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, yeah, those for sure. Not fucking South of Midnight, not fucking Alan Woke 2, not Spider-Man 2. They don't give a fuck about money when it comes to those. They care about buzz and pushing the message. That's all they give a fuck about. That's it. If they don't got microtransactions in it, they don't give a fuck about making any money. Well, oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Even that does have microtransactions, but you get my point.
The nerve to put microtransactions in a game that's already pissed off everybody for its premise alone.
Here we go. Here we go. This is exactly what the fuck I wanted to talk about right here. Yeah. Let's take this shit down. Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Yep. Here we go. Yep. Hang on, it's not letting me click to zoom in. Chrome is being fucking stupid. All right. Yeah, let's zoom in. All right. This game isn't woke. You're just a moron. Oblivion Remastered community hits back against people complaining about the game's body types.
Even though this
Summary.
game even had a community.
We're gonna get to what the real problem is here in a second, because I've seen the gameplay of Oblivion, and hang on. Summary: gender options in Oblivion Remastered have been replaced by body types. The so-called anti-woke crowd don't like this change for reasons you can probably speculate upon. Most players either support or are apathetic towards these changes, as you'd expect. Here it is, the appeal to triviality immediately. Meanwhile, we're writing fucking articles on the internet about it. It doesn't matter so much. If the usual crowd of detractors is to be believed, there's a grand AAA gaming conspiracy to wokeify every aspect of our gaming existence. Not a conspiracy. They're saying it out loud. Fuck you. It's right there in your face. This group of anti-woke gamers are now targeting Oblivion Remastered, citing the removal of gender options in the character creator as evidence of a woke conspiracy. No woke activity. For those out of the loop, the male and female gender options in Oblivion Remastered have been replaced by Type 1 and Type 2 body types. Another pointless controversy.
Type 2? This is fucking, what is...
This is gaslighting.
What is this?
Bro, if we lit a match right now, this motherfucker would blow up, bro. I swear to God. Go ahead.
I was going to say Type 1, Type 2. What is this, diabetes?
Basically. Or cancer. It's not cancer. It's not how you... Type 1 or Type 2.
That's not how cancer is done.
I know. Yes. A comment from Reddit by the Dorgesh68. To be honest, I'm not sure why the anti-woke dudes want to keep Oblivion's gender-based attribute bonuses, because they made males have less intelligence, willpower, and personality than females. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who knows if that's even true, but if they did, who fucking cares? Women have more charisma because they have beauty. That makes sense. Like, what do you want? Like, it's an RPG, is it not? Getting rid of it really doesn't bother me at all. You can still make a male or female character. It just won't affect the character sheet. I much prefer the choice of ethnic origin that you can now pick, because choosing to be Kalovian/Nibonese or Khajiit from whatever the fuck. I can't read that shit. And Quina Peloton. I'm not even going to try to pretend I know what I'm saying right now. It's way more fun for role-playing, and is a fun little choice for people who know the lore or have explored the ESO subregion. So the things you don't care about don't matter, and the things you do care about do matter. Okay. What a take.
Yeah, but real nice set of standards.
Right. In the original Oblivion, one's gender used to come with associated stat changes. Generally, male characters had bonuses to strength and endurance, while female characters had bonuses to personality and willpower. In Oblivion Remastered, these stats... Oh my god,
this fucking picture.
In Oblivion Remastered, these stats...
I'm sorry.
I know. Ignore Nugget Face, okay? In Oblivion Remastered, these stat changes were now associated with origin rather than gender. The new origin option includes 2 distinct origins for each race, adding another dimension to roleplay and elegantly removing the gameplay implications from one's choice of gender. These are just starting stats, by the way. Starting stats, which have no effect on the end game, by the way. The feedback for Oblivion Remastered has been overwhelmingly positive, with players praising the game's updated visuals and the small improvements made to the original by Virtuous. The feedback has been so positive that a Reddit user named Jordocus took to the game's subreddit to hit back against detractors complaining about the body type changes. The only negative criticism they've observed in the days since Oblivion Remastered released. The post has now been deleted. Of course it's been deleted. The post has now been deleted, but the comments are still readable. The top comment from the Dorget68 captures the general sentiment of the thread. To be honest, I already read that shit. Yeah, I already read it.
Dude, I'm sorry, man, but why does that picture look like the last JD Vance face meme I saw on my Instagram feed?
I think that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do, I think. The rest of the thread shares these sentiments with the occasional detractor buried in replies. As you can imagine, most regular people don't care if they're choosing between body types and genders. Yeah, most regular people. Yeah. At the end of the day, if removing labels from one's character makes them feel more included, where's the harm in that? As remarkable medium 275. No,
removing.
we'll get into it. Trust me, we'll get into it. Let me finish. As remarkable medium 275 sagely points out, male or female, who cares? What matters more is if you are a Chad Nibonese or a cuckold Colovian. Well, Mr. Median, I wouldn't be caught dead licking the boots of the Empire like a spineless Niboneser.
It's this is this bit? Is this funnier or worse than the freaking Starfield changes to the
I mean,
adding what was it? Just Starfield
it's
adding
definitely not as funny.
Trent.
It's not as funny because we don't have ass screaming twat waffle and saying fucking pronouns. No, Starfield was definitely funnier. The reason why this is stupid is because it's pointless virtue signaling, and that's the part that they don't want to actually. The reason that these people appeal to triviality is because it's easier to dismiss criticism than it is to actually defend their position. Because the choice to have body type A and B is something that's laden with actual meaning, and we know why you're doing it, and that's why we're rejecting it. You're attempting to erase language human beings have used since the dawn of time to describe what is a man and what is a woman. That's the backlash. And if you don't agree with that, fine, but you're wrong. Period. People don't want to acknowledge biological reality, and now you're being bolstered by corporations. That's literally what's going on. It's virtue signaling for the mentally fucking ill. Period. Go ahead.
I want to read Rudy's comment. He says, "Imagine flirting with a girl and just saying you're a type 2 beauty."
What the fuck? That sounds like a robot.
Exactly. Really, one of the birthing gender is what he also says.
Exactly, Luna. It's ridiculous that another thing has to be ruined by the woke 1%. We should have the option to be female or male. I'm female and I'm really outraged, actually. Won't even buy this game now. Looks like I can't even play as a female in this game. I've also been told that the armor doesn't even have female body types either. This is such a letdown. I was so hyped for this game only to find out it doesn't have any inclusivity for me, a real living, breathing, biological female. Exactly. But fuck you though, Luna, because you don't count. Your inclusion doesn't count.
So much for being inclusive.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, so much for being inclusive. Won't even let a woman join the game.
Yeah, it's pretty damn silly. Matter of fact, I have two other things I have back to back to this. I'm just gonna jump right into the Nexus Mods one and wrap it up with a Twitter comment I saw, because this shit, it's just silly, because the usual suspects are falling over themselves to tell you how much this doesn't matter when it absolutely does matter. Like, you have to convince us that it doesn't. Like, you're gonna beat the drum until you're blue in the fucking face. We don't believe you. Appeals to triviality won't work. Defend your position or shut up. If you don't care, why are you in the conversation? Like, you're afraid. You are scared to death that you won't be able to defend your position if you admit that it does matter. Because if it didn't, you would have changed it in the first place. Anyway, somebody made a mod on Nexus to change it back from type 1 and type A and B to female and male again, and as you might have guessed, it got struck down pretty much immediately. But now they've brought the mod back up, and again they're trying to convince you that it's not a battleground for broader cultural political debates. They are scrambling to try and tell you that it doesn't matter, dude. You pay attention to that. Who are you trying to convince that this doesn't matter?
I want to ask a question real quick before we get into this.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're saying Nexus mods allowed them to bring back the mod to, have a male and female option. Does this mean that they're gonna let the people from Spider-Man 2 put the mod back of taking away the pride flags in favor of American flags again, or is that still not allowed?
No, it didn't get enough backlash. It didn't get enough backlash.
Man,
because now they're performing damage control. They don't want people to notice. When people notice, things start happening that they don't want to happen. Let me read the title. Nexus Mods decides to allow an Oblivion remastered mod that changes body type options to male-female. Declares it's not a battleground for broader cultural or political debates. Are you fucking sure about that? Let me get this goddamn screenshot up real quick. Because they said something real interesting behind this. It's all about stopping the conversation. It's not going to stop, motherfucker. You already banned the shit. We're going to talk about that. Regardless. Because we're fucking sick of it.
these cowards always...
There's so many mod alternative modding sites popping up. We're fucking sick of this shit.
These cowards always try to run themselves back whenever they get called out on their shit. Well, they bury their heads in the sand, or they just straight up walk themselves back and pretend it never happened.
Picky Saurus community manager. Community notice regarding this mod. This mod has been and likely will continue to be a source of controversy within the community. After a thorough review, we've determined that the content of the mod itself does not violate our community guidelines. However, due to the nature of the topic, which often attracts intense and sometimes hostile discussion, the comments section will remain locked to prevent further escalation. Why was the original upload removed? There has been a lot of speculation and misinformation, yeah, fucking right, regarding the removal of the original
misinformation.
Upload. To clarify, the mod was not taken down because of its content. Bullshit. As stated in the ban notice, it was removed due to the uploaders. It was removed due to the uploader's behavior in the comments. The uploader expressed an intent to incite drama and endorsed an external site explicitly designed to host inflammatory content. This kind of behavior directly violates the community standards. We just decided right now. I don't fucking believe y'all. I don't trust you motherfuckers as far as I can fucking throw you. You did the same shit with the fucking White Musa. You did the same shit with the American flag with Spider-Man 2, and you're doing the same shit here. You are doing it for political reasons. Yeah. You can't fucking hide it. You've been banning and deleting sexy mods surrounding Final Fantasy 2. You're not like the circumstantial evidence is piling up. There's no way you're gonna convince me that you're banning people you're banning mods and people other than the reasons that are politically motivated. You're not gonna fucking convince me. Too many things that correlate with the people that you don't like are being taken down for me to ever believe this. It's never any of the shit you would approve of that gets taken down. What's their behavior like? We recognize that mods like this can bring sensitive... Go ahead.
Say, because every single thing that they ban is always something either extra, like a extra either bonus fun or a sense of normalcy that they're trying to bring back. Changing what's the word for it? Changing standards. With their changing standards with
This is the thing.
Non-gender terms, including extra gay stuff or like.
This is the thing that fucking gets me, right? They're always talking about how more options is always good, but the second somebody adds another option that they don't like, it's time to ban it. Which one is it? Are more options always good, or are they not? You might actually have to be forced to contend with the fact that more options is not always good, considering you keep banning these options for the people you don't like.
And I noticed that the extra options is always either something kind of either patriotic related, religious related, or
heterosexual,
sexual fun
Christian,
related, sexual fun related, and it's
or edgy.
Extra, yeah, or edgy.
Heterosexual,
Always those
patriotic,
things.
Christian, or edgy. That's it. Those are the ones they ban. Let me finish reading the rest of this real quick. We recognize that mods like this can bring sensitive discussions around gender and identity to the forefront. While these are important conversations, our platform exists to support creative expression and modding, not to serve as a battleground for broader cultural or political debates. What we will not tolerate is trolling, harassment, discrimination, unless this is discrimination you like, or any other form of toxicity that these discussions may provoke. Our commitment remains the same, to keep modding accessible and welcoming for everyone. Lie. Please note, any re-uploads of this content or any derivative content intended to circumvent this policy will be removed. Abusive behavior in comments or posts will result in moderation action. There is no need to report this mod page. If you'd prefer not to see this content, we encourage you to make use of the content blocking tools by blocking the real world issues tag or the author 7HG Laughing Man or 7H3 Laughing Man. And round and round it fucking goes. The mod was deleted multiple times before Nexus Mods threw in the towel. It was all over Twitter. It was all over fucking Twitter.
That's funny.
One of the very, very small changes in Oblivion Remastered is a switch in the character creator from male and female bodies as it was in the original. Is a switch in the character creator from male and female bodies as it was in the original to body type 1 and body type 2. I thought it was A and B. It's the sort of thing that would likely go entirely unnoticed were it not for the distressingly predictable explosion of outrage from the usual corners of toxic gamerdom. And then
there it is. Toxic gamers at it again.
Every article is a smear piece on the gaming community. What are the fucking odds? And in short order, the creation of a mod. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, here we go again. They're trying to bully the gamers once again.
Oh my god, bro.
Good on games. It's all games' fault.
And in short order, the creation of a mod that brought back the original male-female body options. For a few days, Nexus Mods made a point of removing the mod called Body Type Selector whenever it was uploaded and re-uploaded, because of course these guys can't take no for an answer. But now Nexus has changed course and decided to allow the mod to stand. See, listen to the fucking entitlement in this fucking article. You yourself just said that it was the original. It was the original option available in the game. Why is it a problem that people want the game to be in the most pristine state as it was first released? Why is that a problem? We know why. Because it goes against your ideological dogma. No one fucking cares about your ideology. People just want to play a game without having to be reminded that you don't like your own skin. No one cares. That is a you problem. Seek therapy. The majority of us, the super massive majority of us are either male or female. Get over that shit. You are vastly outnumbered.
Yep.
The
reason a bitch, ain't it?
Yeah, according to them. The reason, according to a community notice on the mod page, is that the mod itself doesn't violate any policies. Not that that's ever stopped you motherfuckers before, and that the previous uploads were taken down not because of their content, but because of the uploader's behavior. I'm glad you put that in quotation marks. The account of the original uploader was banned, but the mod, or a functionally identical one, resubmitted by another user, has now been allowed to stand. Okay, to clarify, the mod was not taken down because of its content. I just read this. Fuck.
Yeah, it's just rinse and repeat of what we saw, of what you read off already.
Yeah. So let's just cut.
I was gonna say, it's not stopped them before, and I really doubt it's gonna stop them in the future.
It's not.
They're gonna try it again eventually one day.
The reason why they're letting the mod stay up there is to get the heat off their ass. But guess what? It's not going anywhere. It's not. So let's just cut to the chase. It's a flimsy excuse for a crappy decision, stating that the problem isn't the mod, but the intention of the author is patently ridiculous, because the mod is literally the primary expression of that intent. The ban of the author's account cites Nexus Mod's policy against files that remove gender identity, including pronouns, from a game that have been intentionally put in place by a game developer, as opposed to removing anything else that was intentionally put in place by a game developer. What kind of whack-ass policy is that? So specifically the politics, anything that removes my politics from your video game that you bought with your money gets deleted. When the removal is clearly to be divisive or cause hostility within the community or marginalize specific groups. Like, literally, you remove the mod to stir shit, but this pot was a bit too big for you motherfuckers to run that spoon around. That's why you left the bitch up there. Emphasis.
What does the next part say? Emphasis mine?
Yeah, the writer said that.
Huh.
I don't know why they had to put that there, whatever. Yeah. But that in itself is absurd.
They intentionally wanted to tell on themselves, I guess. Because they apparently want us to know where they at, I guess.
But that in itself is absurd, because why else would you remove pronouns or other indicators of gender identity except as an anti-trans statement? It's my video game.
Oh, God, there we go.
Everything is about them. Everything is about them. Like, motherfucker, this is America. Freedom of association, freedom of disassociation. Nobody has to be around you. No one has to accept you. Fuck you. This is literally what creates people who hate trans people. The fact that you keep trying to shove yourself in everyone's fucking space. Go away.
Gone.
Shit is annoying. I don't care who you are. You do this shit, I'll hate you too. Fill in the blank.
I mean, we already do. We're not even I'm not even a fan, like a fan or into this game, but sheesh, I mean, I hate them already.
They try to make this a fucking mark up. They try to make this a mark upon specific groups, but it's not. It's literally anyone that does this. Any group that does this gets the ire of the fucking gaming community. We don't give a fuck about your identity. We don't care. Hop in the lobby, play the game, do what the fuck you're supposed to do, and shut the fuck up. No one cares. Did I mention I'm gay? No one gives a fuck. Who gives a fuck? We're playing capture the flag, goddammit. No one gives a fuck. But
they actually identify us.
Justifying the change as restoring the game to its original state doesn't hold water either. Except it does. What are you talking about? Since we're on the topic, you're literally playing a remaster. Literally a changed, updated version of an old game. Yeah, that's not an excuse, you dumbass. People want the remaster to come with more quality of life improvements, but other than that, unaltered from its original state, as in storylines, armor, gear, game system, gameplay. Like, what the fuck are you trying to say? This is just sophistry.
Yes, and this is why no one is yes, and that is exactly why people are casting doubt over the inevitable Witcher 1 remake.
No. First of all, I'm against remakes on principle. I believe remakes should only be getting released by companies who are already giving the people what they want and are already making good product. Remasters shouldn't be getting trotted out by motherfuckers who have been having miss after miss after miss and want to dangle the nostalgia carrot in front of you like Bethesda's fucking doing. Bethesda has not had a good game in years, but they're trying to fucking sell you this rehashed bullshit and people are just buying it. Remasters.
I think that's probably what bothers me is this shit.
Like when From Software sold the Demon's Souls remake, which is really just a remaster, that was fine because they had literally been releasing banger after banger after banger. Even their worst game was still a banger. And then they gave you another Demon's Souls after they had already delivered. Not because they ran out of fucking ideas and are desperate for money. Where was I, man? You're literally playing a remaster.
After remaster.
You're literally playing a remaster literally a changed, updated version of an old game, and the move to body types is minute next to revamp graphics. Who cares? I don't like it. I mean, even if, bro, this is the thing I don't get. I don't have to listen to the logic of the choice. Like, my emotional reasons are valid enough. I don't like it. I'm not trying to argue about it. No one cares about your fucking politics, bro. Like, I don't even want to debate this shit for real. Even if I couldn't reason with it, which I can, it doesn't matter. Like, me not liking it is valid enough.
Want to read a comment from Rudy again in the chat?
Yeah, go ahead. I keep interrupting. Oh, not interrupting. I keep fucking ranting and losing my fucking place. Go ahead.
He says, I feel like this is demeaning to trans people too. They don't identify with body types. They identify with gender. Like, what percentage of the population in non-binary or intersex? Like, how lost are these people?
They're not talking about transgender. They're talking about trans some other shit. Like, transgender people acknowledge the binary, but fuck them, I guess. Trans whatever the fuck else acknowledges some other shit.
Trans life forms.
They're talking about some other shit. Next to graphics. Leveling system, voice acting, and everything else we've detailed. If you want the original experience, you can pick up the original game for $20 on Steam or GOG, or I can go to another website and download the mod, pussy. You can't stop people from altering their own. You can't stop people from altering their own fucking game for their own fucking experience. Cope and seed, pussy. Put your money where your mouth is. Yeah, right.
Hope Steve bald. So speaking of voice acting, I kind of wish more remastered games or remake games tried to keep the original voice actors. I don't know why. It just feels more special that way whenever they can.
They could literally just rip the fucking original audio and no one would care. Just rip the original audio. Who cares? What makes this change in direction all the more disappointing is the fact that the people who I don't like get to have their way for once. Excuse me. Is the fact that Nexus Mods has taken strong progressive stances in the past. A Spider-Man remastered mod that removed pride flags.
Hey, I was just talking about that.
We were just talking about this shit. As was one that removed pronouns from Starfield. I forgot about that one. And another that erased a queer relationship.
Yeah, there was one.
3. I mean, yeah, clearly this is... I mean, we saw through this immediately. Clearly this shit is not typical of them. They're doing this shit because too many people are on their ass about it. That's the only reason why I got reversed. What we need to do is not let them forget this shit. Or just abandon the site altogether and go to based mods or something else. There's other mod sites. There's other ones. And Nexus made no bones about why those mods were removed, exactly. After taking down the pronoun removing Starfield mod, for instance, Nexus mods said, we stand for diversity and inclusion in our community, and the removal of diversity while appealing to many does not promote a positive modding community, in your opinion. Similar statements were made about the Spider-Man and BG3 mods. So why does the body type selector mod get a pass? You know what's crazy? Possum Reviews and Jordan B. Peterson, Dr. Jordan Peterson, were talking about this earlier about how certain people will twist themselves into pretzels trying to appease these types of groups until they do something that this group doesn't approve of, and then they're gonna fucking devour them. That's literally what this article is. It's the Ouroboros. You get your way 99% of the time, but they only remember the one time you told them to fuck off. And now they're the mafia in a way. And now they're gonna be attacking Nexus mods because of this shit. Maybe anti-trans sentiment ranks a little lower on the poll than other forms of queerphobia on Nexus mods, or maybe the moderators are just getting tired of the whole moderating thing. Whatever the reason, the bottom line is
they shouldn't have been moderating against us in the first place.
Seemingly recognizes that this body type selector mod exists as a dog whistle for transphobes, but doesn't seem to care as long as the mod author doesn't explicitly say so. That's not great, and based on the reaction to the cave-in on social media, I suspect Nexus mods Maybe about to learn a lesson we all should have absorbed long ago. Appeasement doesn't work. Oh, the fucking irony. Appeasement doesn't work. Jesus Christ, dude. Do they have comments? I bet they
Yeah,
fucking
because these people operate like the mafia. You step out of line once and it's over for you.
Fucking article drips with entitlement, bro. You're transphobic if you want the game to be in its original state and you reject their ideology, man. Fuck these people. Fuck them. Fucking annoying, dude. Shit, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. We're at an hour 40 minutes.
Is it the Twitter comment?
Yeah, it's a Twitter comment. I'm just combing it.
Combing it, straightening it, just doing its makeup.
All right. Oh no, they changed some text. The game is ruined forever. Honk the. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I'll be able to do this. Let me put it on the screen. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be making a video about the appeal to triviality. I might clip this out before making an official video, but yeah, this shit is annoying. There's an army of motherfuckers on the internet talking about how the changes in Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim, Oblivion, whatever, don't matter, but they're writing literal Bibles over it. And then there's people, oh no, they changed some text, the game is ruined forever, honk knows. Honk clown knows is what this idiot meant to write, but they fucked it up. And this person raises an actually valid point. Let me zoom in so y'all can see it. This person raises an actual valid point, but who cares about those? You don't get to claim it was a small deal while banning mods to change it back. Exactly. Because once again, if it's so trivial, why are you so pressed? Why ban the fucking mods? What's the point? And then this person, I seriously think anti-wokeists need to learn the concept of choosing your battles instead of dying on every fucking hill. No. Especially a hill as insignificant and infinitesimal as this. Look at the optics. You're raging about a text change that ultimately means nothing. And you're raging about the people raging about a text change. I guess you have the moral high ground here, don't you? Like, this is the shit that's always so fucking hilarious. No one else can complain but you. Funny how that shit works. Everyone else needs to let it go, but you get to stand on your soapbox and bitch until the cows come home. And this shit is a thread. You can rant and whinge all day long about, well, if it doesn't matter, why'd you change it and ban mods that reverted? But ultimately, you'll always look like the insufferable adult baby, not the wokest. And you'll never answer this fucking question. This was a great opportunity to answer that. You fucking can't. Because if you admit it matters, you'll have to contend with that fucking question. But you can't because you're deathly afraid of it. Because deep down, you know this shit matters to you. And you don't like when we get our fucking way. You know full well why it was changed according to inclusivity policies. Yeah, that's the problem, dumbass. We don't want it. Fuck off. Go ahead.
This reminds me of back when Starfield was a hot topic, and we had Az and the versus the Ackman, because the Ackman's almost exactly like this dude in the comment section right now, like saying, "What's the big deal? It's just some words, just an option. Just an option. It's just words of text, just the big deal."
Was a good turn.
This just feels like the same thing happening again, but on a slightly lower scale.
I mean, as it pertains to cultural discourse, it's identical. But what people would normally do is make the comparison to this happening in more dystopian societies. That we use 1984 as an example, or the Jews being loaded onto the trains as an example, because those are historical parallels that follow. Right? It makes perfect fucking sense. That's
True.
That's how incrementalism works. Death by inches. And these motherfuckers are trying to take light years. That's why they're trying to make it seem so small and insignificant. But you know what you do? You be as petty and fucking small. You go Ant-Man. You go the Atom on these fuck motherfuckers. Be as petty and small as possible. Give them no fucking quarter. Everything matters. Zero tolerance. 1% is worth raising your entire fucking country. Period. You don't get to tell me what the fuck matters. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say people like this guy here are exactly the reason to put up a wall around your communities.
Exactly. Like he wrote an entire fucking multi-comment thread on this shit. And that's why Nexus removes the mods that reverted. Because they're obviously fueled by people who wish to reject such dumb measures which they see as fueled by bigotry. Who cares? Whining about it is not going to change this side effect of the culture war you're fighting, because ultimately at the end of the day, you're pathetically acting like a piece of text or additional creator option like pronouns is a deal breaker or indicator of the quality of something, which it obviously isn't to you. Again, you don't get to fucking tell me what matters. And that makes you mad, doesn't it? It makes you really mad that you can't snap your fingers and I become whatever the fuck you want me to be. Too fucking bad. It is a needless change fueled by ideology. Duh. Well, at least you're being honest. But so is your action of changing it back. No, it isn't. What do you mean? What do you mean it's needless? We're reverting shit back to the way it was. How the fuck is that needless? It's an option you don't want, but it's definitely needed. What are you talking about? Now simply wishing things were the way that they used to be or going back to normalcy is now in itself an ideology. And they're going to continue to stretch the meaning of that term to the point where it's fucking meaningless. Because everything is political. Everything is ideological. Fucking idiots.
I was gonna say, I mean, damn, just wishing things go back to if wishing things go back to normal is an ideology. I guess we've all found our spot in this whole mess of a cultural landscaping.
I'm not even being exact. I said normalcy for the sake of conversation because it was easier to convey. Preferably, we'd surmount this and make sure it never happened again. I don't know what to even call that, but yeah, that's really the fucking goal. Continuing to read the rest of this thread, you can obviously tell what body type A and B are, so just let it go. No, go fuck yourself. Why don't you let it go? Why does male and female offend you so much? Why does biological reality hurt your fucking fifis so much? Any reversion away from compulsory go ahead.
I was gonna say, wait, let me put on my nerdy glass emote moment. Actually, it was body type 1 and 2.
I mean, it's the same.
Type A and B.
It's the same shit.
I know. I just want to be stupid and just. If I had a Twitter account and I wanted to annoy him, that's what I would do.
Any reversion away from compulsory policies like this will not be instigated by whining about it. But like the initial change to begin with will be a ripple side effect from a larger... What the fuck? He's just yapping now. There is no conceivable way...
He's been yapping for the last... Honestly, I thought he was just yapping like 3 comments ago.
Well, yeah, he's yapping the whole time, but now he's really yapping. Like, it's just getting into shit that doesn't matter at all. Like, will be a ripple side effect from a larger, more significant cultural shift. If you think that the majority of people are going to adopt body type A and B over male and female, you have another thing coming, or should I say the same thing coming, because that shit ain't going nowhere. What or when that may be, who fucking knows? Never. But it won't be from dying on this mole mound, so get over it already. Like, you wrote a Bible, my guy. Who really needs to get over it?
Like, honestly, I was gonna say, if people really did not have such a strong stance on on this,
This is why it's important that we. This is exactly why it's important we keep talking about it, because they're gonna keep trying to convince you that it doesn't matter. Don't listen. Fuck them. Of course it matters, and that fucking scares them that something matters.
I was just gonna say, not to try to get too political, but I think if there wasn't such a strong, okay, I'm just trying to say, if there wasn't such a strong stance against this, we would not have had the election result we would.
I mean, you're not wrong. This shit lost at the ballot box. This exact shit, this right here, this lost at the polls. You're not wrong.
You hear me? I think I'm cut.
No, you cut out.
I hope I'm not cutting out again.
I got what you said. Like, this lost at the ballot box. You're absolutely correct, and it's probably gonna lose again. Like, I don't think these motherfuckers can fully grasp or fathom how much people do not want. Like, at this point, this shit is just this is ideological harassment. At this point, ideological assault. Like, motherfuckers don't want this shit so bad. They wish they could file a complaint to fucking HR. I swear to God, bro. But listen to Heathcliff flowing.
Except HR.
It's just this, though. It was important enough that the wokeists had to change it, but as soon as anyone complains, it's suddenly a tiny thing. Why do you care? It's important to them, and it's important to us. Yeah, but they're the only ones pretending that it's not, because the tactic is to gaslight you. They want you to be shamed out of your position. They want you to feel stupid for caring about something so small, quote unquote. Don't be fooled. Like, literally, like, exactly as the meme fucking illustrates. Let's put this in its own tab for a second. What is this? What happened to male and female? Type 1, type 2. Who cares? It's not a big deal. Okay, then, friendo, I make a mod that brings them back. No, ban. That's literally what the fuck happened. Do not listen to them. Stop being shamed out of your position. Yeah. Take a vehement stance. Take zero tolerance. Give these motherfuckers no quarter. Mock and shame. Mock and fucking shame to oblivion. The boot has no quarrel with the ant. Period.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
Bully them into submission.
Bully.
I said you had the right to bring back bullying.
Bullying. Bullying is authorized. We have been authorized to use lethal force? Damn it, I couldn't think of anything clever with that. God damn it.
All right. Lethal bullying has been authorized.
Lethal bullying. Lethal bullying has been authorized. Yegrin, just roll over and let the wokies take everything with no resistance, chud. I'm definitely one of you, though, but never argue for anything you believe in and just let everything get pushed unopposed, or else the wokies win. Next one. I'd be interested to hear what you would consider to be an egregious change then. Pride flags. Taking pronouns out of the game. Those are all fucking egregious to them. Anything that removes their dogma, yeah, it's egregious. Trying to disassociate
putting American flags back egregious. On the table?
You know what's funny about that American flag mod? It didn't even change shit. The only thing it did was enable the Saudi settings. That's it. That's all it did. It just enabled the setting in the game files for the Saudi release. Oh my god. I'd be interested to hear what you would consider an egregious change.
It is so funny how
these things. What'd you say?
I'm gonna say it's still so funny how they made such a big deal about the American flag being replacing the pride flags in the game.
I mean, it just shows the transparency of these companies. The lack of transparency of these companies and the
lack of transparency. You mean?
Yeah, the duplicitous nature of them. Foxy Boy 614. Yes, it is so insignificant. You're here whining about them. You're only telling them it is important. Exactly. This shit only works on people with a fucking 1-digit IQ. I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it, but you see it. But if it was no big deal,
at this point,
yeah.
I was gonna say honestly, I feel like we've said so much stuff that I feel like reading that would not get you canned at this point.
Nah, I'm not gonna risk it. But if it was no big deal, you wouldn't have made a book trying to defend it. It has no place in a Western society, and if it was no big deal, they wouldn't have banned the mods changing it. It's propaganda, and we all see through it. That's a fucking fact. That's a fact, bro.
These responses on Twitter give me a little bit of faith back in humanity.
I mean, he's just getting flamed. People are sick of it. I mean, keep in mind that this is my curated. Oh, yeah, here's my comment. I mean, it's just the same shit I've been saying. If it's so trivial, why are you here? Maybe let the people who give a fuck talk instead. Appeals to triviality will not work. We know it's a big deal to you. We know it's a big deal, bro. Like, we know. It's definitely a big deal to you, motherfuckers. You care a lot. You can tell. The whole week you can tell.
Yep. Always has been. Should have just been honest about it.
People that don't have problems in life only care about this pretty much. Man, I can't wait to make that fucking video. People do not value culture at all, as if our entire civilizations haven't been fucking shaped by it. When we go back to ancient civilizations, what is the first fucking thing we remember about them? It's not the fucking doctrine. It's not the scholarly teachings. It's not the philosophy. The first thing is always the art and entertainment, bro. Always. People who have no problems in life, people who have no real problems in life care about art. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life, bro. Like what? Like
if anything, I think there's more of an argument.
This just makes me want to ask them, like, what the fuck do you do all day? Like, how do you spend your fucking free time? Do you watch paint dry and read the Bible? Is that all you do? Anyway.
I don't think they read the Bible at all.
Yeah, you're right. They probably read what's the devil's
dictionary?
The Necronomicon or some shit. I don't.
Nah, even the Necronomicon has some artistic or has some artistic value to it at this point. I don't think if anything, they'd probably just read the dictionary.
No, but yeah, man. I know I'm in the middle
just
of
to try
editing.
to make them so smart.
I'm in the middle of editing Devil May Cry, the Devil May Cry review episode 1. I just finished editing all the audio, and I'm layering the audio with the clips from the show and all of my funny gifs and shit and everything right now. But I'm definitely going to try and squeeze in some time to talk about the appeal to triviality, because I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of these shit-ass arguments, bro. The shit just needs to be blown up, metaphorically. Metaphorically, of course, it's the CIA agent.
Metaphorically, theoretically, maybe hypothetically.
Hypothetically, no, it's a metaphor. Cause it's so fucking stupid, man. Like if it's like you can say it's repetitive, but if it's not a big deal, why are you bitching? I'm done.
Yeah, let me take a sec to respond.
I'm done pretending shit's not a big deal. Everything is a big deal. I'm on my Anita Sarkeesian shit. Everything is woke, and you have to point it all out. Everything is woke. Everything is ESG, and you have to point it all out. I don't give a fuck. Zero tolerance, bro. I don't give a shit. Shout out Anita for that bar. I don't give a fuck, bro.
I never thought I'd hear you shout out Anita Sarkeesian of all people.
It's completely ironic, but she did give me the sauce for that remix. I'm not gonna lie.
A remix? By the way, I wanna respond to something Toast said.
Yeah, let's let the audience give their thoughts. We'll read some of those. Wrap it up.
I want to specifically respond to what Toast said in the comment. in the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So may I bully my enemies? Do I get the pass? Yes.
Do I get the pass? I wish I could give everyone cards right now, bro.
Yes. Well, you could give him that pass, and I'll give him the bully pass. How about that?
Bully McGuire stole his. Dap me up, my boy. But nah, I would send him out. I'd give him the. Oh my god.
Insert. I was gonna say insert. Also insert that Eric July meme. Yes.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, dude. Does the audience have anything to weigh in on before we wrap it up for tonight? Because I pretty much said everything I need to say. I have to get back to working on the review, and I absolutely have to dedicate at least fucking half an hour to just sitting down, writing out a brief script for this bullshit, because I already have notes written. Because every time I run into these stupid ass arguments, I riff every time. And it's not like I forget what the fuck my arguments are. I don't. It's not even going to be fucking, it's going to be quick. But anyway, that's why these videos are fucking 7 minutes, by the way. Because I wanted to do it by Wesker's principle from fucking Resident Evil 5. 7 minutes is all I have to play with you. But anyway, thanks, Tyrant.
What Rudy says, yes,
Appreciate
Bully McGuire has blessed you personally. Yes.
Tell your friends about if you know any fellow chuds that have not discovered this channel, tell your friends. Tell your friends. Because we need more people actually critiquing the culture itself and trying to be the change they want to see in it. More on that later, because I'm working on stuff.
Yes. Tell them all.
It doesn't look like the audience has any thoughts they want to convey. So
They're just vibing and enjoying enjoying the show.
yeah, I appreciate y'all. Like I said, keep an eye out for those things that are dropping soon. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the YouTube things. And click the links in the description to keep your fingers on the pulse of Cosmogoth. This has been your gracious host, Kaine Walker, my co-host, Soups, and we will see you all again next time. Peace.
Peace, guys.